Here's a little task that has been used to study inductive reasoning, usually in populations of university students, who are the favourite targets of the kind of psychologists who like these tasks. And this comes from a guy called Wason, and we'll meet another of his tasks in a later video. The Wason 246 task works like this. You get subjects into the laboratory, one by one, and you present them with these numbers, 2, 4, 6. And you say, we're talking about triples of numbers. This is one triple, 3 numbers, which conforms to a general rule. I'm not going to tell you the rule, and you have to work your way to understanding the rule by asking me questions. That is, by suggesting triples, which I will say yes if they conform to the rule, and no if they don't conform to the rule. Now, we usually do this in class, which is great fun, and we can record students' responses. I'm going to have to just show you what a typical session looks like. It looks kind of like this. So we've seen 2, 4, 6, and someone calls out, well, 3, 6, 9. And I say, yep. 10, 12, 14. And I say, yep. Now the gears start going. 1, 3, 5. Yes. 10, 20, 30. See the increments changed? Yep. 2, 4, 8. Not 2, 4, 6, but 2, 4, 8. Yes. What about 2, 4, 9? Yes. What about 8, 4, 2? No. And at this stage we might get a guess. The rule is simply 3 numbers in ascending order. And that is the supposed right answer. That is, the experimenter has been answering based on the experimenter's understanding of the underlying generative pattern here, which is ascending numbers. Now, at this point, it's tempting to be arrogant as an experimenter and say, look, you're a terrible reasoner, subject. You just exhibited confirmation bias in everything you did there. You looked at 2, 4, 6 and you thought it might be ascending by 2, or it might be patterns of even numbers. And so you tried ascending by 3, tried numbers separated by 2 somewhere else along the number line. And in general, each of those suggestions seems to have an underlying hypothesis in mind. But my answer of yes, that accords with the rule, doesn't provide any evidence that could disconfirm the hypothesis. It's not until you start offering suggestions which don't fit the pattern that you think might have generated this, that you're in a position to get the kind of information that would allow you to uncover the rule. That is, you need to disconfirm your hypothesis, not simply support your hypothesis. It typically takes quite a while for subjects to get to the answer because, well, 2, 4, 6 doesn't look accidental. It suggests something that is not quite what the right answer is. So I've summarized the whole task on these 2 slides. You can look at them at your leisure just to assure you of it. But here's what I find interesting. It's tempting for the experimenter, as I said, to suggest that the subjects are deficient in reasoning. Now, if you're a rationalist, that might mean the experimenter is saying you're deficient as a human being. I think that's nonsense. 2, 4, 6 is deliberately chosen to suggest a more striking pattern than the wishy-washy, merely ascending numbers. It seems that as intelligent occupiers of this planet, when you see something which is suggestive of structure, of strong patterning rather than weak patterning, that's something worth attending to. So I'd like you to critique this experiment to see if you would have been intimidated by a researcher who said that you exhibited bad reasoning if you followed the pattern that I just showed there? Do you think the subjects are behaving unreasonably? Or do you think that the experimenter's view is rather colouring our interpretation of this? I'll leave that to you.